between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions.
Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis.
On the return, here's Hall.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Back to throw. Tucker.
And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Here's Mon. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Mon going to throw it.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And, Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that could be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
They go play action here. Mon. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 56 is the mark. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Kene Nwangu.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And some room to run now. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, CD, you know, with receivers, we talk about their speed, great hands. It's tough to quantify elusiveness, but they say he has great elusiveness, and he showed it right there with a run after the catch.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who's going to stop him.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Cook on the toss left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Mon. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
7-7, our score after 1.
7-7.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Mon. And he finds a man on a crossing route. 7 yards to pick up there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. To throw again on 2nd down. Mon. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Now Mon. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he will have the Vikings first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On 1st down, here's Mon. They'll set up the screen for the Wangu. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Mon looks to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. To throw on 2nd down, Tucker. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
It's a first down and more for Dobbins. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now Dobbins. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. With a heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Off the bootleg. Tucker. He'll buy some time right to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He sets to fire deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down all the way inside Detroit's 20. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble in 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 56 for Mike. Check back, check back. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Come on, baby, come on. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Throwing again on second down.
Mond to the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike. Hey, move. You got it, son. Mike 55. Check. Focus, defense, focus. 55 is Mike, guys, 55. Exit.
Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Here we go, let's bring it. Hey, bring. Let's bring it. Check, 55 to Mike. Check.
He'll look to throw. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14 to 10.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The final shot before break. Tucker. And he wisely will throw that one away. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
To throw again on second down.
Mond. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there for Minnesota.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Mond swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Brandon Ayuk.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Gets this one left side to Pettis. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's the game of 5. Brings up second down. At the 10-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Off the bootleg. Tucker rolling to his right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Seibert's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Mond looks to throw on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cook. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be a second down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mond now off of play action. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Derek Barnes, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Vikings on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Mond. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
A 10-yard gain, but it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Mond. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. They'll run on first down. Dobbins, he'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. A gain of 13 yards.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Off the play fake. Tucker rolling to his left. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 40. 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mond. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Pettis on the return. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation. That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He's back to throw.
Dobbins with it.
And they'll get this across the midfield stripe. It's still winding up short of the first down. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
First down, here's the run with Cook. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Just like that. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. Let's go.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
56.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Here's Mond. They're going for it.
Sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that, but flip it over. Making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for Minnesota,
They'll wrap up on a high note, but will still finish 3 games below 500 at 7-10.
and by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Lions,
The loss means they'll finish up the regular season at 10-7.
and they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card.